Hello, good morning, guys. Hello, good morning, guys. It's the Cool Auto Fix here. Today we got another problem which I want to share with you guys and the solution. So, the problem here, just like I said, is the coolant is missing with transmission fluid. You can see that is not coolant right there. Now, you see where I got it from? It was painted, and I didn't notice this on time. I have come across this kind of problem before on a Mercedes. Look at it right there. Now, so if I get my hands into the look at it, oh damn, a lot of coolant right there. So the first thing first is to identify how this happened and how to resolve it. There are different problems for different car. So I've actually seen this problem before, and in that situation I was actually getting an engine oil in the coolant. So there are possible things that can actually result into that, so I don't think I need to bother you, waste much of your time. But if suppose you are working with this kind of mechanic who really don't know their stuffs, you're pretty much gonna waste a lot of money here changing one part to another, trying to figure this shit out, and in the end they might not end up resolving the problem. But in our own case, it's a little bit different because you get precisely what the problem is from most oftentimes, and the solution, so you can either do it yourself or you get a mechanic to get it done and instruct him on what to do. So in a situation where you see if it is two-way, it can't get past those two ways. The first one is the engine oil mixing with coolant, and when you see that at the first time, you're going to be having at the back of your mind that most mechanics are going to tell you that you have a blown top cylinder head gasket, which typically it can actually, there are some situations where you're going to find something like that, but it is not it's not applicable in all situations. Now, since I bought this car, I've not seen things like this, and I realized I made it a little bit different application. I changed something recently which I believe resulted this, and that is what I'm going to be going straight to tell you, which means I decided to get the fan back to the manufacturer's way, how it used to work. I showed you how to do that, and doing that, what that means is technically it's going to allow the engine to heat up to 200 degrees before the fan picks up. Now, what happens when the fan picks up? The heat, there is a lot of heat build up inside the system. When the fan didn't pick up on time, and the top cylinder head gasket might be able to withstand it, but there are a lot of other systems here which might not be able to withstand that stress. So, and those are the ones that are actually going to pay the price if if the fan takes more time for it to actually pick up before it started reducing the coolant temperature. So, like I said earlier, most mechanics are going to tell you that you have a blown head gasket and go ahead and start replacing the gasket. But in the end, it doesn't solve the problem. But if you have that problem where you're seeing coolant mixed with engine oil, which is going to look milkish in color, the first thing you want to do, after dipping your hand here and find it to be this oily, like you can see mine right now, you want to go ahead and perform a second test, which is going to prove if suppose the top cylinder head is actually blown. The second and third. The second one there is start your car and try to see if this is gonna start, the water is gonna start dropping without the cap on. Get the cap out of it like this and start the car. When you start the car and until the fan picks up, the water didn't start either pouring out or started boiling really hard, really hard up here. If it doesn't boil really hard, like as if it's trying to cook some potatoes or some sort of beans or what have you, then there is every 90% chance that you don't have a blown head gasket. So you go ahead and disqualify that notion that it's not a blown head gasket. Then the last test which you want to do actually to know if suppose you have a blown head gasket that amounts to mixing coolant with engine oil is to head to the dipstick, just here, and pull it out. Right, and when you pull it out, you want to look at it. Now as you can see here, there is no any milkish stuff, it's just the pure oil that is here. So if suppose there is a blown head gasket, the coolant, the engine oil which is missing with this coolant is also going to be present here as much as in the oil pan, which is the engine oil compartment. But here we have actually looked at it that it's not actually missing here. Now here I did smell it and know that the oil, based on the color, is actually transmission fluid, and therefore it's only transmission fluid that is that I'm getting around here, so I know it's a transmission fluid. So now we've cleared that part. You can also perform that same on the transmission system, but the transmission system don't have any gasket, don't have any top cylinder gasket that's going to be blown. You're supposed to start seeing this. So in a case of a transmission fluid, if you start seeing the transmission fluid here, you shouldn't assume that it's a power steering oil, because for this very car, this is electric car assisted power steering, and therefore it doesn't have any power steering fluid. And what you're going to be looking at in this kind of situation here, they have two they have a radiator and they have intercooler. The intercooler is most often the case where the coolant is missing with transmission fluid. And for most FSI, if it is Jetta, if for any car model, you want to be looking at something that looks like this. So this guy right here is 100% what is causing the coolant to actually miss with the transmission fluid. So, and if you look at it very well here, I'm setting that within the time, okay, within the time, let me look at it again, within the time, this guy here, okay, I can read a lot of meaning to it, why it even happened, okay, for this very car here. The reason why it happened on this very one here is it has auxiliary fan, auxiliary coolant pump, and that auxiliary coolant pump is blown to hell, is gone. If you look at it down there underneath the turbo line there, you're gonna see that it's actually toasted. So I'm gonna show you where it is. So you will want to check yours also if you start having this problem, if you have FSI. But for some other model, I'm certain that auxiliary fan is actually supposed to reduce the pump more coolant to flow through here before the hot one get in there. So, but the cold coolant didn't supply this on time, and this is the only connection between the transmission fluid and the coolant. So this guy here is a culprit. So you want to go ahead and change this, and check also if your transmission system have a dipstick. Check if it has gone into the dipstick. If it has gone into the transmission system. If it hasn't gone into the transmission system, because this is going to be a serious problem. If you didn't catch it on time, it's going to destroy your transmission system. Because now for this one here, I started getting that the water is not enough, the coolant is not enough. So where did it disappear to? So probably it might have forced itself through here into the transmission system. So at that, if you catch it at the early very stage, there is no need to drive your car, because you're going to be trying to use water to go into your solenoid, which is going to damage it. It's going to create a lot of damage into the valve body as much as the solenoid valves and all that, which is going to lead into a very expensive repairs. So if you go ahead and lose your transmission pan and check if there is no any mix up right there, then want to go ahead and replace this ASAP. Do not start the car again, because the more you start it, the more it has a chance of passing through here into the transmission system, mixing coolant with a fluid. But the first initial stage is actually coolant, the transmission fluid or engine oil fluid with the coolant. So, and if it is not well checked and you keep driving, then go ahead and damage it. But most often times it's gonna take a severe measure. Let's say you're on a high speed where this whole thing happened, then that is where it can actually start messing up very quickly and rapidly. You have coolant dumping right into your transmission fluid, which is going to ruin it. So let me go ahead and show you the auxiliary fan. Then after showing you that, for most of you who have FSI, then you want to go ahead and disconnect this. Go ahead and change that auxiliary fan, because if you don't change it, auxiliary coolant pump, sorry to say. Okay, this is the auxiliary coolant pump. So this guy here is bad. You can see it right there. So in this situation, I'm have to be forced to replace this auxiliary pump, else it's going to create more damage inside this very car here. So that is why, the defective of this is why the coolant mixed with the transmission fluid mixed with the coolant pump. Sorry, the transmission fluid mixed with coolant. The transmission fluid mixed with coolant. So guys, now you know how to solve the problem. You are the qualified to get this job done, my dear. And as you can see, it's very simple to replace. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any further question, drop it below this video description, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.